But with it, the trees and animals were also washed away, and a deep sadness. But the human and the beast waged war upon the land of Addon. The wrath of the gods.
Work someday too. I can't take care of everything for everybody. He can't keep anything to
Well, there you are, finally. I've been waiting for you.
What happened?
The drinking contest is finally over.
Who won?
This time, Randolph has won. Rookar must have been having a bad day. So, well, I hope that was the last time. I don't want that kind of to-do in my house ever again, remember that.
Wait a minute. Hangover?
No, I feel fine, really. It finally worked this time. Thanks again for your money. Here, take it back. Looks like Rookar won't be getting up anytime soon.
You seem to have bitten off more than you can chew.
Here's your money, and not one word more.
I've got no time for things like that.
What do we have here? Don't I know you from somewhere?
Who wants to know?
I'm Buster, one of Lee's mercenaries. And you had better be a little nicer to me, or I'll have your hide. All right. What do you want here?
I know Lee.
Everyone knows Lee. That doesn't mean a thing, pal. Right now, you're talking to me. So where are you headed?
That's none of your business.
Nobody talks to me like that, you worm. I think it's time to kick your butt.
Let him have it.
Go ahead, hit. Defend. Not bad.
Well, we'll see the next time. All right, you're the better fighter. What do you want?
I want to join the mercenaries.
Anyone who can whack as hard as you shouldn't have too much trouble around here. My vote doesn't count much, since I haven't been here for long. But when Lee asks me, I'll vote for you.
I want to find out more about the mercenaries in this region.
I can't tell you much about this region. You'd better ask the farmers. And as for us mercenaries, we have a very simple rule. If you can stand your ground, you're in. I think you're made of the right stuff to be one of us. But you shouldn't let it get to your head that you lucked out during our last fight. There are plenty of guys on the farm who are quite a bit better than I am. Sentenza, for one. He guards the entry to the farm. Whatever you do, don't pick a fight with him.
What about this Sentenza?
He'll try to squeeze some gold out of you when you come to the farm. He does that to all newcomers. And if I were you, I'd pay up. That's what I did back then. And the good thing was that he voted for me afterwards. One good turn deserves another, he said. I lost all my gold in the bargain, but it wasn't much to begin with. And I was glad of it in the end. I once watched him beat up a fellow who had decided not to pay him.
Thanks for the hint.
Indeed. Could it be worth anything to you?
Here you are, 5 gold pieces.
Thanks, man. Looks like I can take a few tonight after all. I won't forget this.
Lee is the leader of the mercenaries, isn't he?
Right. Hey, now I remember where I know you from. You were in the colony, too.
So I was.
I didn't see you when the Big Bang happened. Not for a while before that, either.
I had other problems.
You've missed out on quite a lot, then. Things have changed since we were in the Slammer together.
What became of the mercenaries in the colony?
Once the barrier was gone, Lee let us out of the colony. He said that nothing could happen to us if we all stuck together. And he was right. It wasn't too long before we found ourselves a cozy spot right here. The landowner pays us to beat up the militia from the city, and most of us would have volunteered to do that even without pay. But Onar feeds us all, and we can bide our time until we see a good opportunity to get away from this blasted island.
Can you teach me how to fight better?
I might well be able to give you a hint or two.
That's really not my problem.
What are you doing here?
I'm preparing for battle.
Why?
Lately, the farmers have had more and more problems with field raiders. A few of them even managed to get themselves eaten. Fat Onar didn't exactly find that amusing. None of us got our pay for a week, and it was more or less my fault. Now Lee wants me to wipe out the creature's nest by myself, and the other boys have already made bets on whether I'll survive.
Are you a good fighter?
I'm fair with a sword, but with a bow, I'm very good. Why do you ask?
We could attack that nest together.
You want to help me? Why?
I want to join you.
Oh, so that's the way it is. You want to prove how good you are. All right, let's attack the beast together.
Let's attack the nest.
Right now? Or do you need to equip yourself first? You could go back to the farm first.
There's no time like the present.
Good. Then let's see what you got. There's another of those scummy beasts. Alarm! One less monster around. There's another of those scummy beasts. One less monster around. So, this is where they drag the dead farmers. Disgusting. Let's go back.
Wait a minute. What about our agreement?
Well, I could get you accepted by us, but I won't.
And why not?
If I tell everybody that you helped me, they'll hit me with a new assignment. You understand I don't dig that, don't you? Capiche? Well, tough luck, kid. I'm sure you'll find someone else to help you.
I think your hide could do with another tanning. I don't like having my leg pulled.
Don't make me cry. Oh man, my head.
Where do you think you're going?
I wanted to have a look around, that's all.
There's a heap of trouble here for men like you. Are you telling me you just want to look around? Ha! So you're headed for the farm. Why else would you have trudged all the way here, So don't give me any of that bullshit, and let me search you and you can go on your way.
Suit yourself. Search me then.
Now then, let's see what we have here. Ah, gold. It can be very dangerous carrying so much gold around. A lot of mercenaries are real cutthroats, not honest fellows like me. I only want 50 gold pieces from you. That's the toll here. And you only need to pay once. That's fair, isn't it?
And? How are things?
Not many people come this way, but up to now, every one of them has paid my toll.
I have come to join you.
Nice for you. Do you understand that the mercenaries are going to vote whether you get to join them or not?
Will you vote for me?
But then, why not? 50 gold pieces is a fair price for a vote, don't you think?
There's more, believe me.
I knew that would be a problem.
No idea. You tell me.
I thought about it differently.
What do you want?
It was his decision, wasn't it?
Don't say you didn't know that.
I want to have a look around the farm.
Don't go into the building on the left. Silvio's in there. He's not in a good mood right now. If he sees a weakling who doesn't belong on the farm, he might get the idea of venting his bad mood on him.
Only wait and see.
That's no secret.
Is it really true?
Who is Silvio?
Our next leader, if you ask me. If you plan on asking him if you can join us, forget
I
it.
don't know who to believe these
You
days.
look like you're barely good for herding sheep.
Be a problem.
Somebody wants to know.
You listen to the wrong
I want to
people.
join up with Lee.
Lee won't have much to say around here if he keeps on this way.
What do you mean?
No time for
He wants us all to sit around here and twiddle our thumbs. Intimidate a few farmers now and then, and that's it. Silvio always says offense is the best defense, and damn right he is.
I can't believe that.
I've got no time for things
I'm
like
not
that.
telling you anything new.
He really
Can't
should've
believe
known
that.
better.
I couldn't get away with that.
How are things?
What do you want from me, weenie?
It happens sooner or later.
How's it going?
Thing
That's
all
none of
over
your
again.
business, weakling.
Just listen to him talk.
That's no secret.
I want to join the mercenaries.
There's no place for wimps around here.
There's more, believe me.
Can you teach me how to handle two-handed weapons?
Listen, boy. It takes a lot of strength to wield a two-handed weapon. Why don't you slink off to the pasture for a game of ring around the rosy with the sheep?
That's no secret.
I am strong enough.
Nonsense. You couldn't even lift a decent sword like mine.
And there's more, believe me.
I said I am strong enough.
Same old
Oh, you're killing me. Want to risk a little bet?
Couldn't get away with that.
I bet I can handle your sword.
Really? How much should I relieve you of? Well, you look like a poor sucker. Let's make it 30 gold pieces. Do you even have that much?
Sure.
idea.
Let me see then.
Here.
All right, let's see how strong you are.
No
About
idea. You
this
tell me.
strong.
Looks like you got me there. I never expected that. You really don't look like you have that much strength in you. Well, I guess I just lost 30 gold pieces. Here you are. Now give me back my weapon.
Nobody wants to know.
It's all just gossip.
I think not.
What was that?
I think I'm going to keep it a little longer.
Just you wait, you bastard.
Oh my god! A fight!
Defend yourself!
Don't take any crap!
Hunt. Don't stop now.
Show him who's boss!
We can only wait.
Show him who's boss!
That hit the spot.
Watch out!
Don't take
ahead,
any
hit
crap!
back.
Hang
Shit,
on.
that hurt.
That's not why
Watch out. Not bad.
Got my own opinion.
I couldn't care less.
I knew that all along.
I'm staying out of it.
Is it really true?
I'm staying out of it.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
There's more, believe me.
Don't you try that again.
Wait a minute.
All right, you win. What do you want?
I'm not telling you anything new.
His decision, wasn't it?
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
That isn't
Can you
true.
teach me how to handle two?
I'm not a bad fighter, but that doesn't mean I'm a good. Still, I think I can show you the basics of two-handed combat anyway. That is, if you give me back my sword. That's the first
I want to join the mercenaries.
So what about handing me my sword back first, eh?
Here's your sword back.
High time, too.
That's not what I heard.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Okay, I don't carry grudges. You can fight, and that's what counts. Most of the lads here think nothing of a little brawl amongst friends. You'll get used to that. As far as I'm concerned, you're in. I knew that would be a problem.
I used to say that myself.
You hardly know who to believe.
Doing all right?
Hey, I know you. From the colony. What do you want here?
You tell me.
Will it ever change?
I've come to join you.
Why not?
That's...
I've got nothing against it. Anyway, you freed our mind from the guards back then. But don't count on getting along with the others here so easily. A lot of newbies have come along since then. And some of the old mercenaries won't remember you. I almost didn't recognize you. You look rather haggard.
When the barrier fell, I barely got away with my life.
Wants to know.
Looks like you got lucky then.
And there's more, believe me.
Do you have anything to sell?
Oh, don't ask.
No idea.
Bennett,
Tell
one
me.
of the new guys, takes care of the weapons and armor now.
I couldn't get away
In the colony, I was responsible for Lee's entire weapons
Wants to
store.
know.
And then along came a trained smith and pow, I'm out of a job. I desperately need a new job, even if all I do is guard the farms out there. I don't care, just as long as I'm not twiddling my thumbs here anymore.
Same old thing all over again.
Can you teach me anything?
I can teach you a few tricks in handling a bow if you want. I don't have anything better to do right now anyway.
Have you tried finding a job in town?
In the city?
Wants to know.
Wild horses couldn't drag me there. Or do you think I would want to work there as a militia soldier? I can just imagine myself in the courtier's uniform, and then that obsession with obedience. Nah, forget it. There may not be anything to do here on the farm, but at least I can do what I want.
There's nothing you can do about it.
And? Found a new task yet?
Not so far. Let me know if you have a job for me.
He never would have thought of that himself. He can do about it.
He really should have known better.
I'm not touching that.
Hello, pretty girl.
Just where did you escape from?
That'll never change.
That was quite obvious.
What's your job here?
I sell the goods that we produce. If you want to buy something, just let me know. But let me warn you, I won't stand for either haggling or stealing,
No
understood?
secret.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Show me your wares.
What can I offer you?
You must believe everything here.
Can't rely on that.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Things I could tell you.
That was quite obvious.
Gone about it differently.
His decision, wasn't
You hardly know who to believe.
And there's more, believe me.
There's nothing you can do about it.
it? It had to happen sooner or later.
No idea. You tell me.
I know nothing about pick. Hey, you! Everything all right?
Ah, an unfamiliar wanderer. I am very busy, so what do you want?
What are you doing here?
Well, the things a woodcutter and hunter usually do.
What interesting things are there to see here?
Interesting is well put. If you go deeper into the woods here, you'll run into some very evil fellows. They're about 10 feet tall, hairy, and in a really bad mood. So don't go there if you're not strong enough for them.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
Sure, but first get me something decent to eat. I'm dying of hunger out here. I want a bottle of milk, a loaf.
Here's the food you wanted.
Fantastic. And now?
Hey! What are you doing here?
Guarding sheep. And if possible, staying out of trouble.
Doesn't always work, does it?
Nah, especially not with the mercenaries. I'm really glad to be out here in the pasture, although it can be dangerous too.
What's so dangerous in the pasture?
There's a small pack of wolves that roams the area. Lately, the damn beasts have come by and eaten one of my sheep almost every day. A few days ago, I had almost twice as many sheep. I don't want to think what Onar will do to me when he finds out.
Why didn't you tell the mercenaries about the wolves? I thought they worked for you.
Yeah, I know. I should have done that, but I didn't, damn it. And now, with so many sheep gone, I'm afraid to tell anyone about it at all.
But you just told me.
I'm already regretting that, too.
What if I kill those wolves?
You? By yourself? I don't believe it. I'd sooner trust my bellwether to do that.
Forget it. It was just a suggestion. I'll go over to the boys and see what they say about it.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're the greatest and you can take on 100 wolves at once, no problem. Mostly they lurk between the trees near the pasture. I think there were only 4.
I've done in the wolves.
You did it! Thank Innos. But now I still don't know how to tell Onar that all those sheep are gone. It's all that damn Bulko's fault.
What did you say about Bulko?
He's one of the mercenaries. It was actually his job to guard the pasture. But instead, he and his pal Silvio hang around Thekla in the kitchen all day. It's that bastard's fault if I don't get paid for weeks because of the lost sheep. I wish I could at least punch him in the mouth for it, but nobody stands a chance against him. The guy's a killer.
How are you? And how are your sheep?
I'm fine, and so are the sheep. That is, the ones that are still here are doing all right.
Hey, you!
If you have a problem with wolves or field raiders, go talk to one of the younger mercenaries. You can come to me when the paladins show up here.
What?
Whenever one of you peasants comes to me, it's always about slaughtering innocent beasts.
I'm not a peasant.
Oh? What is it you want then?
I want to become a mercenary.
You look more like someone who'd been born to work in the field, boy. Can you wield a weapon then? So, how about one-handed weapons?
I'm not so bad at that.
And two-handed weapons then?
I'm surely gonna get better.
Well, at least you're not a damn beginner. All right, I'm gonna vote you in. Whatever else you need to know, you can learn from me.
You can't rely on that.
Will it ever change? Don't tell me you didn't know that.
What do you want from me?
I want to join the mercenaries.
Oh, and why do you think I should be in favor of you being accepted here?
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
No.
Then what are you blathering at me for?
He insisted he knew better.
That was quite obvious.
Hey, where you think you're going?
To the house, of course.
Onar pays us not to let guys like you in here.
I want to talk to Lee.
What do you want from him?
I want to join the mercenaries.
Fresh cannon fodder. Then go on in. Lee's in the right wing. Don't even think about wandering around anywhere else. But above all, leave Onar alone. He doesn't like it when people talk to him without being asked. Especially not guys like you.
Been there, done that.
Everything fine with you?
If it's something important, go talk to Lee. Otherwise, leave me alone.
Who the devil let you in here? What are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
What makes you think that?
Gorn told me it was you who brought down the barrier.
Yes, that was me, all right.
I never would have thought that a man could survive something like that. What brings you here? You aren't here without a reason.
I absolutely must talk to the paladins in town. Can you help me get to them?
What's your business with the paladins?
That's a long story.
I've got time.
Zardoz sent me on a mission. He wants me to obtain a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos.
So you're still allied to that necromancer. I see. And the paladins have this amulet?
As far as I know, yes.
I can help you get to the paladins, but first you need to become one of us.
How can you help me get to the paladins?
Trust me, I've got a plan. I think you're the right man for it. I'll take you to the paladins, and you'll do me a favor. But first, join us.
What exactly are you doing here?
Quite simple. I'm gonna see to it that we all get off this island. Onar hired us to defend his farm, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But our reward is more than just our pay. By helping the farmers, we cut the city off from its provisions. And the less the paladins have to eat, the sooner they'll listen when I finally make them an offer of peace.
What is your offer going to look like?
Essentially, it will be about our pardons and free passage to the mainland. You'll learn more when the time comes.
I want to join you.
I'd hope you say that. I can use every able man here. The last mercenaries I accepted have done nothing but stir up trouble. In principle, you can start right away. Well, first there's one or two things we need to get straight, but it's no big deal.
Gorn told you about me? What happened to him?
You remember him, don't you?
Sure.
He got caught by the Paladins and was sent back to the Valley of Mines with a penal convoy. If the road to the Valley of Mines wasn't plastered with Paladins and Orcs, I'd have sent a couple of the boys already to free him. But the way things are, there's no point. Poor devil.
What do I have to get straight before I can join you?
Onar, the landowner, is the one who employs us. You can only stay on the farm with his approval. And then there's the boys. I can only accept you if a majority of the mercenaries agree that you join us. But don't go to Onar before everything is straightened out. He's a very impatient fellow.
How can I convince the mercenaries to vote me in?
By doing what is expected of you as a mercenary, I should say. Talk to Torloff. He's usually outside in front of the house. He'll put you to the test. If you can pass that, you should have earned a large part of the necessary respect. He'll tell you everything else you need to know.
Don't even think about touching anything here. Otherwise, you'll get a couple upside the head, got it?
What's your job?
Onar wants me to spend all day keeping an eye on his stuff. He's worried that something will go missing, and I would too in his place. Most of the mercenaries he's hired are former convicts from the penal colony. They'll walk off with everything that isn't nailed down if no one watches out.
There's a whole bunch of junk here.
That's right. And most of it is extremely valuable. Onar collects valuable objects. A simple man like me can hardly afford such luxury. I stick to other things.
And that would be?
I collect old coins.
I've got an old coin here.
Show me. Oh yeah? That won't bring much on the open market. I'll pay you a gold piece for it. Exactly as much as it used to be worth.
Not quite enough. What about 2?
Nothing doing. I'm not a loony. Beat it.
I've got an old coin here.
You know what I'm prepared to pay for it, you dog. 1 gold piece, no more.
Not quite enough. What about 2?
Ah, damn, all right. 2 gold coins for every old coin you can bring me. That's my final offer.
It's a deal.
Good. Here's 2 gold coins.
Interested in some more old coins?
Sure. You still have any?
1.
Thanks. Here's your money. Bring me all you can find.
Hey, you!
That's all just...
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
He said you would help me.
Fine. So here we go. There are 2 things you have to do before you can join us. First, you have to prove that you're capable of mastering the tasks that you will have to fulfill as a mercenary. I'll put you to the test. And second, you have to earn the respect of the other mercenaries.
That's really not my problem.
Well, how can I earn the respect of the other mercenaries?
For most of them, it'll be enough if you fulfill your task and pass my test. But you'll have to find some other way of convincing some of them. Some will try and exploit your situation, and others may not like your mug. You should try to get along with as many of the boys as possible. But if nothing else helps, then you can always take part in a duel. If you win, you'll earn the respect of most of them. But watch out that you don't kill one of them by accident, because then you'll have a big problem.
What are the rules for a duel?
Quite simple. Both opponents have to have the opportunity to draw their weapons before the first blow. You can't just go and belt one of the men without warning. There has to be some sort of spoken challenge, an insult, or another reason to fight. None of the other men will interfere in a fight like that, unless one of the two gets killed in the duel.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
What about you? Will you vote me in?
If you can prove that you can fulfill the duties of a mercenary, yes.
So why won't they listen to me?
Really true.
What are my duties as a mercenary?
Onar hired us for 2 reasons. He wants us to keep the militia off his back, and he wants us to keep things in order on his farms. That includes collecting the rent when the small farmers won't pay.
Got my own opinion about
So,
that.
what'll it be?
Do you really believe that?
I'll deal with the militia, don't worry.
The farmer Bengar has complained that lately the militia from the city has been getting on his nerves. They're pressuring the farmer, probably trying to make him break with Onar. I want you to go to his farm and make it clear to the militia that they have no business there. Questions?
How can I find Bengar's farm?
In the southwest of the valley is a big stairway that leads to a high plain. That's where Bengar's farm is. If you get lost, ask the farmers in the fields how to find your way around the area.
Can you help me improve my abilities?
I could show you how to use your strength better in close combat.
I knew that would be a problem.
A lot of fighters are very weak because they don't have the technique to use their strength properly. The same is true for dexterity and ranged weapons.
I want to improve my abilities.
I knew that would be a problem.
That's not what I heard. Do you really believe that?
That will never change.
Good. Now you can use your abilities better.
That's not what I heard. You listened to the wrong people.
Been there, done that.
You didn't get that from me.
I never knew that.
No one really wants to hear that.
How are things?
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible.
I used to deal in swamp weed back in the colony. Remember?
And what are you dealing in now?
Ah, don't ask. I brought a whole package of swamp weed with me from the mining colony. Many of the mercenaries like a little smoke now and then. I've earned a small fortune on the side. But some bastard stole all the weed from my chest. I'm pretty sure it was that Bodo. He bunks in the same room as me, and he always grins at me like such an idiot.
What are you going to do about the thief then?
One of these days, I'll catch him puffing away on my weed. And then, I'll find a quiet spot and teach him a lesson he won't forget. If I knock him down here in the middle of the yard, the other farmers will notice, and I'll pay an arm and a leg.
How come?
Quite simple. We can't rough up the farmers, otherwise Lee makes us pay a heavy fine. That's the way Onar wants it. And the more witnesses there are, the more of a fuss there is. That makes things more expensive. So I'll pull the thing off nice and inconspicuously. Is it really true?
I want to join Lee's people.
Lee's people? If Lee keeps on this way, they soon won't be his anymore. That's not what I heard.
Why?
Lee has always been a quiet one. It was that way in the colony, too. But lately, he's overdoing it. He just wants to sit here and wait until the paladins drop dead from starvation. Silvio thinks we should clean up a bit on the small farms and outside the city. I think that would make for an excellent change. At the moment, most of us are just twiddling our thumbs here. Do you want to join up anyway?
I want to become one of you no matter what.
You already know that we take a vote on every new recruit.
What are you hinting at?
Well, I haven't had anything to smoke in a long time. Bring me a few swamp weed reefers and you got my vote. You can surely scare some up someplace.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
About the swamp weed. Here's a few stalks for you.
That's all? I can smoke that much in one sitting. It's got to be at least 10 reefers. At any rate, you've got my vote for joining us.
I've got no time for things like that.
Show me your wares.
Sure. Help yourself.
No idea. You tell me.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
That was no big deal.
That's been a long time. I agree with you completely. I don't...
That will never change.
He insisted he knew better. That's really not my problem.
Cypher told me somebody stole a package of swamp weed from him.
And?
He thinks you're the one who took it.
Oh, that's why the guy is always gawping at me so stupidly. I've been extra friendly to him lately because he seems to have hit a rough spot. But there was nothing I could do. I'd look at him friendly-like and he'd stare at me like he wanted to kill me.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Give me that weed or else.
Listen, all I've got is this one reefer of weed. Take it and leave me alone. You know that Onar's mercenaries look out for us, right? So don't do anything stupid.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
That's not what I heard.
About the swamp weed.
He thinks it's as easy as...
Here's a few stalks for you.
Oh, you are my man. You've got my vote.
You don't have to tell me that.
I never knew that. Is it really true?
I couldn't care less.
We can only wait and see. I do not sell any weapons. Khaled does. He's in the house with Onar. Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
What kinds of weapons do you make?
Plain swords at the moment, not much else.
These days.
But if I had some magic ore, I could forge weapons that are better than all comparable weapons made from regular old steel. You wouldn't happen to know where to find some around here. Besides in the Valley of Mines, I mean.
No.
Of course not.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Are you with the farmers or the mercenaries?
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
I was just curious.
Have you ever seen a farmer who also forges weapons?
No.
Then why do you ask such stupid questions?
I'm no better off myself.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Stop blabbering then. Go to Torloff and let him put you to the test.
Is it really true?
What about forging equipment?
What do you need?
That was obvious all along.
No idea.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Will it ever change? You listen to the wrong people.
That's no secret.
I'm not touching that.
What are you smoking there?
Want a toke?
Sure.
Not bad, huh?
Where did you get the stuff?
I have my sources.
I want to join the mercenaries. Do you mind?
Who cares?
Do you do anything besides smoke?
Not at the moment.
Have you ever tried shroom tobacco?
Sounds interesting. Give it here. All right, here we go. Have you ever smoked that stuff yourself?
Well...
Have you or haven't you?
I've been sort of busy.
Oh, shit. Holy robar. That stuff is way too harsh. Don't even try it.
Cypher told me that someone stole a package of swamp weed from him. Would you know anything about that?
No.
Where's the package?
What do I know?
I'll knock it out of you.
Relax, I'm way too stoned to fight with you. Here, first take a big toke.
Where'd you pick that up then?
Hey! I know who took your weed.
Who? Was it that Bodo?
No, one of the mercenaries did it. Dar.
That bastard. Where is he?
Finding him won't help you. He doesn't have the package anymore. He sold it in Carinus.
Where is he?
Behind the kitchen building on the corner.
I'll I'll flatten him.
Nobody wants to know.
That's got my own opinion about that.
I couldn't get away with that.
Just you wait, you son of a bitch.
Hey!
Nobody wants to know.
Wait a minute. You really gave Dar what for? Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, that felt good.
Not to him, I suppose.
The little beggar has
Well,
no
we'll
business
see the
going
next
through my
time.
chest.
Blabbermouth, you told Cypher I took his weed. Like hell will I vote for you.
I wouldn't get away with that.
Don't say it. That's my problem.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible. I was in the colony too.
Right. What do you want?
How's the situation?
Right now, we've got real trouble. 2 factions are building up amongst us mercenaries. Silvio and his people doubt that Lee is following the right plan.
How come there are 2 factions?
Most of us came out of the colony with Lee back then, but some of the mercenaries hooked up with us later. They didn't come from the colony, but were farther south fighting the Yorks. Somehow they got wind that Lee needed people. Their leader was Silvio. He agreed that Lee was in charge, but now he's trying to stir up the mercenaries against him and his plan. A lot of Lee's people don't think that it's a big problem, but I know guys like Silvio. He'll go to extremes to realize his ideas.
Do you know what Lee's intentions are?
Lee wants us to wait and starve the paladins in the city. He is planning to get us all away from the island, and Enos knows I've got nothing against getting away from here. I don't really know how he's planning to go about it, but I trust him. He's led us well so far.
Do you know what Silvio is planning?
Silvio found out that some of the paladins have moved out to the old colony. He says the rest of the paladins wouldn't dare to attack us here and wants to take advantage of the situation, plunder the small farms, waylay the militia patrols outside the city, hold up travelers, things like that. But Lee thinks that would be the worst thing we could do in our situation.
I want to become a mercenary.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Where's the problem?
Well, I either have to vote for you or against you. And in the situation we're in, I'll only vote for you if I can be sure that you're on Lee's side.
So what should I do?
Simple. Beat up a few of Silvio's boys. That way both sides will know exactly where you stand. And if you stick to the rules for a duel, you'll even win the respect of the others.
What are the rules for a duel?
Go to Torloff and let him explain it if you're interested. Just so we understand each other. I don't care if you...
Which of the mercenaries are Silvio's men?
There are 6 men. First of all, Silvio himself and his right-hand man, Bulko. Then there's Rod, Sentenza, Fester, and Raoul. The rest of the people are either neutral or on Lee's side.
How many of Silvio's people should I defeat?
If you knock 3 of them to the ground, then you've proven which side you're on. Whom you choose is your business. Just one little hint. This isn't about proving your courage. Don't go up against Silvio himself. He'll make mincemeat out of you.
What are you doing here in my kitchen?
Something smells delicious here.
Oh, yes. I know the likes of you. They're swarming all over the place. First, they try to get on your good side, and then when you need them, they're nowhere to be seen.
No one really wants to hear that.
I'm hungry.
I don't dish out food to tramps. I only feed people who work. And that mercenary riffraff, of course.
You have to feel sorry.
I'm looking for work.
You want to work here on the farm?
Really
Only Onar can decide that. The farm is his, and so is the entire valley.
Tell me that isn't true.
Actually, I was planning to join the mercenaries.
So you're another of those felons from the penal colony? I might have known. Just leave me alone. There's already enough of your kind around here.
I need a place to sleep.
Don't even think about sleeping in my kitchen. Go find yourself a place in the barn.
What's your problem with the mercenaries?
Ah, those morons really get on my nerves, especially Silvio and his fat buddy Bulco. The two of them have been sitting in their corner for days now, making life miserable for me. The soup's too hot, the meat's too tough, etc. and so forth.
Then why don't you do anything about it?
And what am I to do, Mr. Smarty Pants? Whack them with my rolling pin? I can do that to the farmers, but these lowly bastards just hit back.
I'm staying out of it.
Want me to teach the two of them some manners?
You better not try that, honey. As far as I know, Silvio has magic armor. He can't be defeated.
And what about Bulco?
That guy is as strong as an ox. So far, he has flattened anyone who tried to mess with him or Silvio.
That will never change.
I've got my own opinion about that. I'm in enough trouble as it is.
He insisted he knew better. Nothing amazes me anymore.
Hey!
I didn't deserve that.
Nothing amazes me. I've gone about it differently.
I really didn't deserve that.
I agree with you completely.
Wait a minute.